Micrometer. How to use a micrometer. Zero set. Here, we are going to practice the cleaning of the micrometer and zero set of scales. The temperature of the micrometer level should be the same as room temperature before adjusting the micrometer. Before using a micrometer, make a space between the anvil and spindle and wipe off their contact surfaces with clean dry paper or gauze. Check the 0 points of the scales. Turn the thimble in such a way that the spindle comes into contact with the anvil. Then turn it back a little. Now, turn the ratchet stop slowly until the spindle just contacts with the anvil. After the spindle contacts with the anvil, gently turn the ratchet stop to hear clicks 2 or 3 times. Through this procedure, the specified torque is applied to the ratchet stop and the specified pressure to the contact surface of the spindle. If it is a large micrometer, a block gauge is used between the anvil and spindle in the procedure. With this state, check that the 0 scales of the main scale and the thimble actually indicate 0. Look at the scales straight on for accurate adjustment. When looking straight on, the numbers of the scale lines above and below the 0 scale are the same. If they do not indicate 0, then use the tool packaged with the micrometer to calibrate the scales. If the deviation is less than 0.02 millimeters, turn the sleeve to align the index line of the sleeve with the 0 scale of the thimble. If the deviation is equal to or greater than 0.02 millimeters, turn the ratchet stop counterclockwise 1 or 2 turns while holding the thimble to loosen the ratchet stop and slide the thimble out to let it move freely. At the position where the scale aligns with the index line, gently slide the thimble back in and tighten the ratchet stop firmly. Fine adjustment should be achieved by adjusting the sleeve position. Measurement. Prior to measurement, wipe off the measuring point of the object with a clean dry paper or gauze. Place the micrometer against the measuring object with right angles. Then, let the anvil make contact with the object. Then, turn the ratchet stop to let the spindle touch the object. Make contacts on each center of the anvil and spindle. When the spindle touches the measuring object, turn the ratchet stop further gently to hear the clicks 2 or 3 times. Read the scales. First, read the closest scale to the thimble edge in the upper scale of the main scale. This scale is calibrated in 1 millimeter. In this example, the scale of 5 millimeters is closest to the thimble. Then, find the scale between the 5 millimeter and the thimble edge in the lower scale, which is calibrated in 0.5 millimeters, and add 0.5 millimeters to the 5 millimeters. In this example, you read 5.5 millimeters. Next, you read the thimble scale that aligns with the index line on the spindle. which is calibrated in 0.01 millimeters, and add the obtained value to 5.5 millimeters. In this example, you read 28. Therefore, add 0.28 millimeters. The result is 5.78 millimeters. Storage. After you use a micrometer, wipe off the anvil and spindle and apply the thin coat of rust preventative oil to them. Then, store the micrometer with a 0.1 to 1 millimeter gap between the anvil and spindle. Do not lock the spindle.